Get your hands where I can see them. Officer Carter's harsh voice cut through the lively atmosphere of Savannah's historic square, silencing the laughter of children and the hum of tourists. Maya and Elena froze, hearts pounding, as the crowd formed a tight circle around them. Elena clutched her silver bracelet, a gift from her late mother, as Carter's piercing gaze locked onto her wrist. "That bracelet looks expensive," Carter sneered, his tone laced with suspicion. "Where'd you steal it from?" "It's mine." Elena's voice cracked as she tried to steady herself. "It was my mom's. She gave it to me before she passed away." "Right," Carter smirked, his hand inching toward his cuffs. "We've had reports of stolen jewelry around here, and you two fit the description perfectly. Hands up." Maya stepped forward, her voice sharp. "Officer, this is a mistake. That bracelet belongs to her. You can't just accuse us without proof." But Carter wasn't listening. To him, their confident defiance wasn't a call for fairness. It was a challenge to his authority. What he didn't realize was that Maya had already set a plan into motion, one that would expose the deep-rooted prejudice behind his actions. Before we dive deeper into this shocking story, comment below where you're watching from today. If you value stories that shine a light on resilience and justice, don't forget to like and subscribe for more impactful narratives. The day had started like any other in Savannah, Georgia. The cobblestone streets bustled with life as tourists snapped photos of historic landmarks and sipped iced tea under the shade of grand oaks. Maya and Elena, best friends since childhood, strolled through the square, their laughter blending with the soft tunes of a street musician. Elena's bracelet, a delicate silver chain adorned with tiny charms, glinted in the sunlight. Each charm told a story, a family trip, a milestone, a moment shared with her late mother. For Elena, the bracelet wasn't just jewelry. It was a tangible connection to the woman who had shaped her into who she was. As they walked past a row of parked police cars, Officer Carter leaned against one, sipping his coffee and scanning the square. Years of unchecked authority had hardened his gaze, and his world was divided into those who belonged and those who didn't. When he saw Maya and Elena, their presence triggered something primal in him, a need to exert control. The sunlight caught Elena's bracelet, and Carter's focus sharpened. He saw not a grieving daughter but a potential thief. "Hey you." Carter's bark stopped them in their tracks. "Where'd you get that bracelet?" Elena instinctively covered her wrist, her voice shaking. "It's mine, officer. It belonged to my mom." "Sure it did," Carter said, stepping closer. "You match the description of someone suspected of theft. Hand it over." Maya stepped between them, her voice steady. "Officer, you have no right to take it. You're accusing her without any evidence." Carter's smirk widened, his tone dripping with condescension. "You people always think you can talk your way out of this, don't you?" Maya's jaw tightened. "You people?" she repeated, her voice calm but seething with anger. "What exactly do you mean by that, Officer Carter?" "You know exactly what I mean," he shot back, his hand reaching for his cuffs. "Now, are we going to do this the easy way or the hard way?" Elena's eyes filled with tears as Maya gave her a reassuring glance. Without a word, Maya slipped her phone into her pocket and pressed a speed dial. The call would go to her older brother, Darius, a prominent civil rights lawyer with a reputation for dismantling systemic injustice. At the precinct, Carter processed the arrest with smug satisfaction, treating Maya and Elena as criminals. "You should be grateful I'm not adding resisting arrest to your charges," Carter sneered as he led them to the holding cell. Maya sat with quiet composure, her eyes fixed on him. "You'll regret this," she said calmly. "Oh, I doubt that," Carter scoffed, walking away. An hour later, the precinct doors swung open with force, silencing the room. Darius entered, his tailored suit and commanding presence drawing the attention of every officer. His gaze swept the room, landing on Carter with the intensity of a judge delivering a verdict. "Officer Carter," Darius said, his voice low and steady. "Why am I hearing that you've unlawfully detained my sister and her friend?" Carter's confidence faltered. "They match the description of a—" "Save it," Darius cut him off. "Let me guess. The description was vague, something like 2 women walking with confidence? Or was it just 2 women who happened to look like them? Carter stammered. I was doing my job. No, Darius interrupted, his voice rising. Your job is to serve and protect, not to profile and humiliate. You've violated their rights, and you will answer for it. The room was tense as other officers exchanged uneasy glances. Carter's smug demeanor crumbled under Darius's unrelenting gaze. You'll be hearing from Internal Affairs, Darius continued. And if this goes to court, I'll ensure every second of this injustice is documented. Carter opened his mouth to protest, but Darius wasn't finished. This isn't just about my sister, it's about the countless people who've suffered because of officers like you. Your badge doesn't give you the right to wield prejudice as power. In the weeks that followed, Carter was placed on suspension and required to attend extensive training on bias and accountability. The story of Maya and Elena's wrongful arrest gained widespread attention, sparking a movement for change within the precinct. Months later, Carter reached out to Maya and Elena, offering a heartfelt apology. I was wrong, he admitted, his voice heavy with regret. I see that now, and I'm committed to doing better. Maya's response was firm but hopeful. Acknowledging your mistakes is the first step. Change starts with action. Don't let this be the last. What would you have done in Maya's shoes? Do you believe Officer Carter deserved a second chance? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that inspire justice and change.